if a triangle has an angle of 39 degrees and the side adjacent to it has a length of 17 meters, calculate the length of the side opposite to the angle. Everybody got that?
Where's Mrs. Grabowski? I mean, why couldn't they find a sub who actually knows something about math?
Tell me about it. Midterms are next week. If I don't maintain my grade point in trigonometry, I won't have the prerequisite for advanced calculus. Forget about ever getting into quantum physics.
Good afternoon, boys and girls. I have a special announcement. Many of you may know that Sussex Academy has been under considerable financial strain for the past several years. As a cost-cutting measure, the school board has decided that mathematics will no longer be a part of the school curriculum.
All right. I'm doomed.
It's a miracle. I hoped and I prayed, but I never thought this would actually happen.
Parker, think for a minute. Where would we be without math?
Is that a trick question?
Every major advancement in human civilization has been based on mathematics. You can't just cast aside the work of Pythagoras, Da Vinci, Einstein.
Einstein's been highly overrated.
I'm surprised at you, Molly. Doesn't graduating in math figure into your calculations?
Oh, please. I'm working on my postgraduate thesis, quantum nonlinearity.
Bart's right. We can't let this happen.
The school board has determined that the study of mathematics has really become redundant. Why bother learning multiplication tables when we have calculators? Why go to all the trouble of understanding logarithms when a computer can do it for you?
Because if we don't use our brains, they'll shrivel up into little walnuts.
Dropping math from the curriculum will save the school board millions in textbooks and teacher salaries.
You know, I never noticed before how your right eye twitches when you're hiding something.
What's the use? What's the point in trying to uphold the ideals of education when the bean counters can strike down a pillar of knowledge with a single stroke of fiscal responsibility?
Like they could even count beans without math.
Miss Stratman, there's a Mr. O'Neill here to see you.
Excuse me. Miss Stratman, Kevin O'Neill. It is my pleasure to present to you on behalf of Kaon Electronics
Kaon?
a new computer and calculator for every student here at Sussex Academy.
For free?
Nothing's for free, Mrs. Fish.
We've also taken the liberty of having new letterhead made up for the Academy. Excuse me.
What's Kaon's corporate logo doing on it?
You think you can buy Sussex with a few computers?
Mr. James.
Just because they're the biggest doesn't mean they're the best.
That's enough, Mr. James. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. I'll see that your generous gifts are distributed to the students.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And enjoy.
Free computers and no math? There has to be a connection.
There is. I'm having the luckiest day of my life, possibly of anyone's life, ever.
Kaon is one of the most powerful and secretive corporations in the world. Nobody even knows who runs it. If it can force a school to display its logo, then maybe they can force it to drop math as well.
Don't you city girls ever stop thinking?
Matt! Don't you cowboys believe in phoning first?
Up until this morning, I didn't even realize I was in Reddington.
What's with the monkey suit? I thought you finished school.
High school, yeah. After I left the ranch, I was contacted by this other school. It doesn't even have a name. They stuck a bunch of us on this airplane and didn't tell us where we were going.
The school, tell me about it.
Well, it's for kid geniuses.
Diabolical Moneypenny.
I can see why this place would appeal to them. For once, they're not being made fun of for being smart.
Well, why did you agree to go?
Imagine being offered a chance to understand how the universe works. But being held captive isn't my style. I had to make a run for it in the middle of the night. Hey, what are you doing?
Savile Row.
This school has money. And if they're using a London tailor, most likely international connections. Interesting.
Ow, what'd you do that for?
These hairs don't match.
Man, this is Anton's jacket. No, my roommate. I got changed in the dark. I must have grabbed his jacket by mistake.
Some kind of interface device. Like a remote control for computers.
That's odd. Electronic devices of any kind are strictly forbidden. Game Boys, watches, cell phones, that sort of thing. I mean, there's scanners everywhere that detect this stuff. Who figured a suck-up like Anton would be packing contraband?
This school, does it specialize in math by any chance?
Like it's a religion. How did you know?
We get free computers and no math, while this elite school gets math and no computers. What's going on?
Some geniuses, they can't even count.
The calculating pi?
Oh,
That guy runs the place. No names, all he goes by is Alpha Leader.
The executive from K-On Electronics. I knew there had to be a connection.
oh man, why me?
Because one of us needs to get in that school, and they already know what both Matt and I look like.
Why this stupid quiz show?
You don't apply to this school. They find you.
Don't worry, we'll be feeding you the answers through the speaker.
She's always gotta have a plan.
Yeah, I still say my plan was better.
Going back inside the school when you're already in trouble with them is not a plan, cowboy. It's an unnecessary risk.
Oh really? And sending me in there isn't.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Teen Quiz. Today, last week's champion, Margaret Newmeyer, takes on Bo Sawchuck of Sussex Academy. Mr. Sawchuck, please choose a category.
I'll go with mathematics.
How would you deal with an irrational number?
First, I'd try to reason with it.
Round it to the nearest 100th decimal place.
I'd round it to the nearest 100th decimal place.
That is correct. Please choose another category.
I'll stick with math.
Positive integers are synonymous with whole numbers.
Positive integers are synonymous with whole numbers.
The value of I to the n, where n is a non-negative integer,
Equals I to the r, where r is the remainder when n is divided by 4.
Correct. Well, this is exciting indeed.
Bo? Bo?
Mr. Sawchuck, are you ready for the super challenge question?
Bring it on.
Oh.
Your parents have taken out a mortgage of $85,000 at 5.75% interest per annum and with monthly payments of $963. How long will it take to pay it all?
That's...
We're waiting, Mr. Sawchuck.
That's...
Time's up. Mr. Sawchuck, what is your answer?
Nine and a half.
9.5 years is absolutely correct. Congratulations, Mr. Sawchuck, our new champion.
How did he do that in his head?
He didn't. 9.5 is his shoe size. Looks like they're taking the bait.
Mr. Sawchuk, I want to congratulate you on a wonderful performance.
Oh, city girl. Next to mine, it was a pretty good plan.
I hope you appreciate the opportunity you've been given, Boris. This school is only for the best and the brightest.
Hey, am I like radioactive?
Are you wearing a digital watch?
No, I'm clean, man. Say, what's with this no electronics policy anyway?
They're a crutch. They weaken the mind. Let's move.
He made us.
Who all knows you're here?
No one, just my parents. Actually, they think it's pretty cool that I got accepted here.
K-On! Is flooding regular schools with computers, while here they won't even let kids use calculators.
It's been proven that mental computation promotes brain development.
What kind of stunt is this, mister?
Uh-oh.
Chewing gum distracts the mind. Get rid of it.
Sorry.
Here.
It's a receipt from an automatic teller.
Breakfast is at 0600 hours. Lunch and dinner are at 1100 hours and 1700 hours respectively. And lights out at 2100 hours.
So when's the free time?
There is no free time. Anton?
Alphalita, sir.
What's 3021 times 5802?
17,527,842, sir.
Those are the standards we aspire to, Boris. I hope you're up to it.
Of course. Hey, that was amazing.
Straightforward multiplication.
What would have happened if you got it wrong?
Well, only 23% of us can expect to move past entry level. It's a high-protein supplement.
What happens to all the rejects?
Third rule of Zeus states that all inferior intellects endanger the greater purpose.
Who's Zeus? What purpose?
The greater purpose is the construction of a perfect society. All inferior intellects are culled from the group and serve in other ways.
Well, that's slavery.
Those are the rules.
Well, first rule of Bo says that sucks.
2 more hours till we rendezvous with Bo. You know, the odds of you cracking Alphalita's PIN number are like 1,000,000 to 1.
I'm in. As easy as the first 4 digits of pi.
Well, who is he?
Wallace Pauling, university professor.
Wallace Pauling? He was one of the pioneers of chaos theory. I've read everything he's written.
Well, what's he doing playing drill sergeant at that school?
You never called me after you left the ranch.
I wanted to. It's just you never called me either, and I thought that maybe
Maybe we didn't have anything in common after all. Maybe you forgot about me?
how could I ever forget about anybody as pig-headed as you?
Ditto.
Me, I'm not pig-headed. Persistent, maybe, but
Shirley, maybe being pig-headed is what we have in common.
Hello.
The boy who escaped.
Matthew Harris?
Yes. Zeus has taken a special interest in him.
He barely got off the bus. He learned virtually nothing.
Well, what Zeus wants, Zeus gets.
Zeus. All these ridiculous code names. Why all this secrecy?
Secrecy allowed K-On! Electronics to take over the world computer market. It's a powerful tool, as long as you know how to hold on to those secrets. Zeus isn't pleased that you've fallen so far behind the other Alpha leaders. One of Ares advanced 6 cadets to beta level last month.
The new boy, Anton, he's ready to move up.
Anton is a special case.
I have hopes for a couple of others.
Like the Sawchuck boy.
Yes?
You're overloading the system with discards. The optimum capacity in our work camps is 77%.
Work camps? I understood these disciplinary measures were simply an incentive to work harder.
Don't be so naive. You're not in the ivory tower anymore.
O'Neill, they can't all be Antons. Why not just let them go?
Because Zeus believes that they will be misfits in the new society. But what he really means is that they know too much.
I signed on to explore the boundaries of mathematics. I can't be part of this.
But, Professor, you are.
Hey, oh, wow, careful. They're electrified since I got out.
What's happening?
It's like slave planet of the mathoids in there. Kaon is holding the flunkouts hostages. He's like making them do forced labor. What? You were right, Shirley. Kaon must be forcing schools to drop math. Some kind of world conspiracy. He's dumbing down the rest of us. Meanwhile, Kaon is like training this math league to take over. Yeah, well, how do we prove it? I don't know. But you better watch your back, man, because some guy named Zeus is after you.
Zeus, as in the Greek god?
No, Zeus isn't someone high up in Kaon. Hey, what'd you get off that ATM slip?
Alpha leader's name is Wallace Pauling.
Yeah, he's like a math legend. Hey, I found these guys. Careful.
Oh, you've done enough.
No, look, you guys go get the cops. I'm gonna see what else I can find out.
But Bo!
What, you guys are having a nerd party and you didn't tell me?
They're gone.
You're lucky I like you, Princess, because my sense of humor is getting strained.
But they were here, Detective.
There's no juice in the fence. They cleared out.
You expect me to believe this mystery school just packed up in the middle of the night and disappeared?
Yes, I do, and they took the slave kids with them.
You don't need a cop. You need Indiana Jones.
My friends are gonna save me, Professor Pauling. Cut loose that computer creep and you can still save yourself.
Relax, kid. A genius like you needs to save his brain for breathing.
Come on, Shirley. There's no sign of it. Not even a scrap of paper.
No tread marks either. It's like they were never here.
Well, let's say they left 3 hours ago. I mean, it could be anywhere by now. Shirley.
It's on. Solar powered. Scanners wouldn't be able to detect it until the sun hit it.
Good one, Bo.
Another breadcrumb. We're on the right trail.
Good timing. Down to my last calculator.
Wallace Pauling is awaiting trial for kidnapping and forcible confinement. But Pauling was only a pawn, as I suspect is Kevin O'Neill. The real criminal is the elusive Zeus.
the brains behind Kaon Electronics. But despite Bo's best efforts, I am left without a shred of evidence against Kaon.
So those floppies were useless?
Not useless, just incomprehensible. They're written for an operating system I've never seen before.
Meaning Kaon has its own secret code.
I came to say goodbye.
You shouldn't be doing this, Matt. It's too dangerous.
We have to find out what Kaon's up to, Shirley.
Yeah, but they're looking for you.
And I'm looking for them. Should work out just fine.
Well, as long as you're determined to sacrifice yourself as live bait, you might want to start with a tailor shop in London.
Let you know what I find out. City.
Be careful, cowboy.
Look who's talking.